This is where I normally sit and film videos. I usually put up a tapestry so you don't know I'm sitting in front of the hot water heater closet in my house. But this shitty makeup took so long to do for me today that I'm not even gonna close the sliding glass door or go hang up my tapestry because I would just like to film this video. So please ignore that I look like Ursula. That would be great.
You how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
What's up, guys? It's V Renee. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Florida finally got with the program. I straightened my hair because every basic bitch that lives in a humid climate knows that when it gets below 70 degrees, you gotta straighten your hair because it's the only time of the year that you can have straight hair without the climate slash environment slash atmosphere messing it up the second you walk outside. So we're in week 3 of NaNoWriMo 2019. This is fake. I love how I look with a nose piercing. I work at a theme park. I can't have it. Also, I'm a little baby bitch. And while I'm not afraid to get permanent ink on my body, and I do it sometimes, I am scared to put holes in my face. Even though they can close up and you can get rid of them. I'd rather get permanent ink. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I've suddenly become like a malfunctioning robot. Please forgive me. I guess I'm talking so much about other shit because I don't want to talk to you about my nano progress because there hasn't been any. I have written no words since the last video, I'm pretty sure. At the most, maybe I've written 800 words. If you're keeping track, you're supposed to write like 10,000 words a week to be on track with NaNoWriMo. And I am just gonna go ahead and say it right now that I'm not gonna win Nano. I'm not gonna win NaNoWriMo. I'm fine with that. And there's a lot of factors, and so we'll start with one of them because you have to start with one thing in order to start talking about other things. This video is 1000% unscripted, if you couldn't tell, and very last second because I'm filming this on the Monday before it's due, Monday before it goes up, and I just wanted to tell you that I'm failing NaNoWriMo. Last week was the last week of a seasonal show at my job that I was working. It was a nighttime dark arts show at Universal that I was working, and it was kind of messing up my schedule a little bit. Not my usual schedule that I finally figured out writing routine wise. I was working nights instead of days. It was weird. And that was coming to an end, so I was bummed about that. And then Florida finally decided to get with the winter fall program and become cold, but also dark, and the sun didn't come out for like 3 days. And I'm a natural born Floridian and I need my vitamin D. And so when the sun didn't come out for 3 days, I immediately went into seasonal depression and I didn't get off the couch except to go to work. I didn't shower for 3 days. I was eating like Taco Bell and fries at work. I didn't eat a vegetable for like 4 days, and I'm a vegetarian, so that's kind of hard for me to do, and to not eat a vegetable. And my car was full of Taco Bell and Dunkin' Donuts garbage, and I was just shrugs to funk for a couple of days. And of course, those were the days where I only had a night shift, so my plan was to write. I did mention last week that my outline and stuff were going weird, and I had to do like backwards outlining type stuff, and that some plot holes were coming up that were making it hard for me. And I'm better now, by the way, but I am medicated. I'm on medication for my depression and everything. So don't worry about me. I'm not in danger or anything. I was just going through that, it's dark outside, I'm sad thing that everybody goes through this time of year. I'm fine. But the reality is that even though I made a video in October talking about how you can win NaNoWriMo by doing Preptober, I did not do Preptober. I also didn't post a Tipsy Ipsy in October. I didn't post a video the week of Halloween. I had a lot going on in October. I talked about it in my first Nano video about how I started a new job, my roommate was home, a lot of stuff was going on. I just didn't have time to set myself up for success for NaNoWriMo, and I knew that going in, but I assumed that because it was a second draft, so I was revising the rough draft and like rewriting all the things that I didn't write in the rough draft, that it was going to be easy and I didn't have to do any of that. And I was wrong. I was very wrong. I mentioned in last week's video, I want to say that or maybe in the first video, that I have a lot of areas in the rough draft of my nano project that just say like in parentheses, this is when this happens, or this is what happens here. And, I don't know what happens. I've rewritten the beginning of this story probably like 4 or 5 times, and I get up to like a certain chapter and I know what's gonna happen in like 6 or 7 chapters from then, but I don't know what happens between the introductory like event and like the crux of Act 2, like the inciting incident of like the big issue. Do you know what I mean? So it's been really hard for me to just continue to, I just don't know what is going on. And if I would have done a detailed outline in Preptober, I would, and I didn't, so I don't. And it's really frustrating, and I've decided yesterday that I was going to not just write a reverse like outline, that I was going to, I write, I call them play-by-plays. Like I kind of write down like the summary of the chapter. I'm writing one in reverse right now so that I can really lay out like this is how the story is supposed to go, because I know there's certain key events that need to happen to lead up to the end. And if I start from the end and work my way there, I can figure out like, oh, here is where this can happen so that happens to lead to that. And that's what I'm focusing on right now. I am coming to grips with the fact that I am not... Shh. Don't start. I'm coming to grips with the fact that I'm not going to win NaNoWriMo. I'm fine with that. I really like... And again, like, I don't want to say too much because things are in the works for another life thing. So I only work Tuesday of this week, and then the rest of the time I'm kind of just doing other things like that I've been putting off, like getting my car looked at, my oil change and all that, like just like dumb adult stuff that I've been putting off forever. And I'm gonna try to write, but I've just come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to win NaNoWriMo. I will still do an update next week and kind of wrap up Nano, even though it's not quite the end. The end is next Sunday, the 30th. But I understand that I did not set myself up for success. And you know, if you're feeling that way, if you feel like you didn't do the proper prepping, if you feel like something's not going right, if it's a first draft, I just encourage you to do what I did on my first draft and just write in parentheses like, this is what happens here. Like, get your story written, like do what you got to do. But if you're like in an editing or revising situation and you just don't know where you're going, don't make it harder on future you. Don't just write the same thing over and over again, even though you know it's not working. Don't just write it down so you can count it towards your word count. I don't know if you're doing that. I was doing that. I was like, well, this doesn't really make any sense, but I need to get the words. And it's like, well, this is a revision. Like, it doesn't make any sense for you to just do that. Like, you're not helping yourself. You're making it harder for future you, who's going to write the third draft, when you just keep reiterating things that aren't relevant. Does that make sense? So yeah, so all that to say, I'm getting my life back together after last week being weird. And part of that is figuring out, writing and taking this time off that I have right now, to write some more and figure out what's going on with my story, because it's like, I don't know if it's this hard for people all the time, because like, if you've been following me for a while, you know that the Thistle Wolf series has been an idea I've had since I was 13. And so I never really, obviously it evolved a lot, but I always kind of had the key idea, and those people were always with me since I was like in 7th and 8th grade. So I don't know if every time you start a new project, it's this hard to like figure out what's going on and like get what you need to say said. But if it is, I hate it and I don't want to do it. This is so hard, and like, I don't understand, and I want to talk to the manager, because I didn't sign up for, this level of difficulty. I'd like the level on my game to, be reduced to like beginner, rated E for everyone. That would be great, because I am unsure of how to, my dog is barking. I'll be right back. And, you know, I'm being honest with myself and saying that I'm not going to win NaNoWriMo. That doesn't mean I'm not going to continue writing this project. I mean, obviously, this is my next series. So, like, I'm going to continue to work on the project. I will make a video next week. I'll let you know how this week went and let you know if I was able to get back on track, if I think I might actually win NaNoWriMo, because I do have a lot of downtime this week. And maybe I will figure it out. Maybe I will be able to go ahead and just pump out this entire draft, you know, and actually win NaNoWriMo. But at this point, in the third week of Nano, I just don't see that happening for me. And that's all I got for you guys today. That's my update. And let me know how you're doing. I hope it's better than me. In the meantime, I make new videos every single Wednesday, and I will see you next Wednesday. Goodbye.